get the chat to scroll down enough that you wouldn't have to look at it. Was it the Venga bus?
Yes,
Yeah.
the
Ringing?
Vengabus.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
because
I
that
can't
song
believe
does
you've just
not.
said the word out loud with your voice.
It'll be all right.
Yes,
We
yes,
got
yes,
this.
but it'll be fantastic. Totally
We
not
got
gonna have because ADHD isn't a thing or anything.
Well, listen, we'll be fine because we're about to go in there and take a bunch of ussies and be okay with it.
Exactly. And just
I
look
will.
at the cute little hamster that
Or
is
look at the
like,
little owl sitting with his chair and his hands stroking his chin like he's got one.
He is pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what shenanigans are we getting into today?
Shenanigans.
No, I'm just kidding. I am still stuffing my face. It has been about 2 weeks since you took your whatever test, because I genuinely don't remember how we decided you're supposed to pronounce that word.
If I
Does
can
not
find the
matter.
word, I will.
Hold on, I'll
Um,
send it to you.
It would help if I get on to
It would help.
Roll20.
Woof.
No, it wouldn't.
oh, did you know you can run a game
Woof.
through Discord now?
Yes.
A Roll20
Yeah.
game?
Woof.
Okay.
Woof, you
I
can't
just found that
have
out
it.
yesterday.
You're
I
not allowed
can't
to
have
have
it.
Yeah,
games
we
from-
played
Nope.
chess. So I think Friday we played chess.
Oh yeah, Ochu.
Up to you.
Bless you. Gesundheit.
Oh.
Bless you.
Like the Final Fantasy monster. Ochu. Big
Bless you.
plant.
Well, it has been 2 weeks since y'all took that test.
2 weeks.
Hold on 2 seconds. Which I'm telling y'all because I know that you have to mark your money.
I don't think we did that last week.
Nope.
Relationship
we-
points.
So we need to do more.
What is it, like 15 gold pieces a day?
It's five a
5
week,
weeks.
wasn't
A
it?
week.
Oh,
Yeah,
5 weeks,
so
so
it would be
2 weeks
10.
then.
'Cause if
10.
you're keeping up with relationship points, you get 2 relationship points.
10 gold? Yes.
Yes.
I have 20 gold and 1 platinum.
Everybody should have 1 platinum.
Yes.
Oh crap, where'd it go? Really? Okay, hold please.
My Roll20 loaded straight away. Character sheet and everything. What the hell?
Mm-hmm. That's because
When
Sunday
I-
nights are Mondays for people in Australia, and that's when they play.
When I loaded, apparently there was an update. Because when I opened it, it was like, let me show you how it's changed. And I was like, X.
Excuse me?
I probably should have read it, but I didn't really care. It was in my way. Okay, so it's been about 2 weeks, and if you remember at the end of the last session, you had heard rumors about a kind of sort of festival that was coming.
Mm-hmm.
And so the scene kind of around the campus right now is not really chaotic, but kind of energized, I guess is the best way to describe it. You're like, as you're going to class over like the past couple of weeks or hanging out or whatever you may be doing, going to work, going to your extracurriculars, you kind of hear groups of people or a single person or just wherever they may be, you hear things of like yodeling. Sometimes you hear chants that are like a synchronized chants. I guess synchronized is the best word for that. Sometimes you hear dramatic intonations, singing, sometimes laughing. And these are all students that are preparing for the festival.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have over these past probably the whole entire semester, let's be honest, but definitely over the last 2 weeks, you guys have heard a lot about this festival. You know that pretty much every student is invited to participate, and that'll kind of makes a little more sense as I continue. But everyone's invited, and so the day of the actual festival, you guys are. I don't know what y'all want to be doing on the first day of on the excuse me, day of the festival. Goodness, y'all hanging out. You separated at your stuff. It's gonna be the middle of the day.
I'm probably gonna go to the coffee shop and just chill and read my books.
Coffee shop.
Coffee.
So it's probably around about 2 o'clock.
Still at the coffee shop watching people and reading books.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I'm just telling you what time it was. I
The
told
time
you
of
to the
day does
coffee
not
shop at 2
change.
o'clock. I don't care.
Reggie
I
would
go to
be
coffee
all
shop at
about
7
going to
o'clock.
the festival.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm up for that.
Yeah, I went to the festival.
That's the kind of thing an influencer would do.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say, since she said she was at the coffee shop, that you guys are all kind of together there. Maybe the ones that are saying they would definitely want to be at the festival have gathered there to either walk together or try to
Mhm.
convince those who may be on the fence to go. But you're all there together, and uh,
Who is it? Sorry.
I'm saying all of y'all are together at the coffee shop.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as I'm gonna say that, I would imagine Reggie's really enthusiastic, and probably not Peanut, Lisbeth is on. I don't know. You tell me, Naz, but I feel like you'd probably be on the fence about whether or not you want to go.
I would be one of those take it or leave it people. If the rest of my friends are going, I'd totally go.
So I would imagine what's happening right now is you're kind of like, I don't care, and Reggie's like, come on, we're all going, and that's the conversation that's happening right now.
Yeah,
And
come on,
so,
Lisbeth.
as you guys are all talking, you actually met her um the last session, but you see Rabina, which is you met last time and is one of the members of the drama guild, but she's one of the people that told you about the doll in the last session. And so she steps into the cafe or coffee shop, whatever it's called, but she steps in and she kind of speaks louder. She is speaking to everyone that's in there because you're not the only student that's in there, but she does look at each of you individually as she's talking. And she says, guys, we're all on our way to the Rose stage over on Silver Quill's campus. The Rose Stage Festival is finally here. Everyone's already practicing their performances. The festival is all about improv. The drama guild will give you out prompts, and anyone who wants to participate can take stage and deliver their lines however they please. It's hilarious, and you all had to come check it out. And then she kind of bolts out, and you can see she's headed to the next little place that she's gonna stick her head in to make an announcement.
I mean, Reggie's all about Silver Quill, so that sounds like something he would absolutely have to participate in.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
All right, then I guess we're going.
Yeah, sorry, I took a bite of my food. If you hear awkward pauses, it's because I'm eating. Okay,
Or you're allowing for us to role play because that's a thing too.
yeah, you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate it.
That's totally what I was going for.
See,
Mm-hmm.
I have ESPN.
So you guys would not have, at this point, you have not been to the Silver Quill part of campus. Um, You're just first years. You haven't declared your school yet, so you know about this place. You've heard about Silver Cool's campus, but you haven't actually visited it. So when you start to make your way there, you're gonna like just kind of follow a crowd of people, basically, to where you're going. And where you are going is called the Rose Stage, and it's like basically an outdoor amphitheater. Is how I would describe it. This book right here says it's a performing space, but we call those amphitheater where I'm from. Hold on.
We have an amphitheater too.
I think everybody calls it that. I'm just saying. I would have
It's
used
not
that
what
word
they're
instead of
called.
performing stage, but
Is it outside or inside? Because if it's outside, it's totally an amphitheater.
it's outside. It's definitely an amphitheater.
Sure enough.
So you should be able to see it now. Can you see it? The map,
Yeah.
anyways.
Sure
Mhm.
can.
Grief, is that your music?
I don't hear anything.
I had that with my headphones on. He's got his
I don't
headphones
have
on
any
and I can
music
hear his
playing.
music. No, it's Rob. Let's speak into the bobbert.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was about to say, if you're hearing
Oh,
music, something's wrong.
hey, Brad, I didn't hear no music.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fish and chips.
Oh, I want fish and chips.
No, you don't.
So
not?
before we continue, I'm gonna pause like where you're at, and we're gonna say we're gonna rewind for about a week probably. And so about a week ago, your magical physiologist professor gave you guys an assignment, and this is just something y'all need to know about. So I'm giving you the information, but it's something you would have already known before you get where you're at. But you would have learned this about a week ago. Um, let me read this correctly. So she has some spells that she needs to be completed, and these are spells that she's going over with you guys in class. But there are some components that she needs for the spell, so she has divvied out assignments to students. And so you have actually been given an assignment that I believe this is pronounced Sedgemore, that there are components inside Sedgemore that you will need to get for her when the time comes.
Like, is that the name of the spell?
No, Sedgemore is the location,
Oh, okay.
but that's something that y'all would need to know. And I'll give it like as time goes on, I'll give you more details about what you're specifically looking for. But you just know that there is an assignment for you to collect some things inside Sedgemore. So let me scroll back down to where I was at. So as you guys are making your way uh, towards the festival, you're kind of walking up. You start to see the outdoor amphitheater. You can start to see the rows. There's rows of seating in front of it. You can start to see that now. You can see that there's students standing all around it, but you also see the students actually making their way to the seating. Cheers, jeers. There's kazoos that are buzzing. You hear all of that as you get near, and you are in the middle of Silver Quill's campus. And as you look up on the main stage, there are several students that are already play acting, like history out. There's one that wears a flamboyant noble's costume. Another wears a felt dragon's head, and a third wears a court jester's pantaloons. And as the scene is playing out, the audience is roaring with laughter. So like you hear lots and lots of laughter as you're coming up. And as you're getting closer and you're listening to all this, you actually see Rosie pops out and she's got a kazoo in her mouth and she blows it like at you guys and then starts laughing and says, "You here to act or maybe just to watch? Or maybe you're the musical talent. Either way, this is going to be great. I can't wait to see what you guys try.
Mm-hmm.
Rosie, huh? Just when I started to like you, you had to go and do that.
What's she done?
Hopped out of nowhere and blew bubbles in my face.
Not a bubble, a kazoo.
A kazoo, whatever.
You know what a kazoo is?
I do. I
Okay,
majored
I was
in
just checking.
musician.
You majored in musician.
Yeah, in the kazoo.
Yeah, she has a kazoo in her mouth, so she's not blowing bubbles in your face. She's just annoying you with sound.
You know,
Did I send you
toddlers.
that clarinet meme the other day? Because I said it to Jim and he called me mean.
Excellent. All right. So what are we doing? Are we participating? Are we enacting? What are we doing?
So as you're like making your way to your seat, because I imagine that's what you guys are going to do first. You're first year students, so there's a lot of chaos going on. So I'd imagine the first thing you're going to do is kind of sit down and get your bearings and try to figure out what the heck is going on. So as you are approaching where you're going to sit, there are students that are handing out pamphlets, and when you each get it into your hand, you actually see that it's a list of random character prompts to anyone that may want to try out acting. And if anyone wishes to play a character on stage, you would choose a prompt. You would don on a few of the costume elements from the trunk of costumes that's provided by the Drama Guild, and then line up on the east end of the main stage. So over here, I mean, yes, that's the stage. I was like, wait, I clicked wrong. So
So what are you guys looking at doing?
Oh, I'm absolutely
I can
performing.
say no.
I'm trying to get
I'm not
into this.
acting.
I will.
you don't have to participate. You can sit and watch.
No. So you're watching, you're going up there and you're gonna dance and shake your boo thing?
Oh, heck yeah.
All right.
I just forgot that I can't move my token in Discord. I have to go to Ash.
Um,
Maybe.
so
There we go.
I will add that one thing you have noticed as you're all walking up, you don't have to roll anything to notice this. This is a movable stage. So you can tell that this was all set up by the students. So this is where they always put it, but the amphitheater is they move it wherever they need it to go, along with the seating and stuff. So this isn't like a fixed amphitheater, basically.
Hmm. The rose. What's with the rose?
So if you don't want to do the acting and you still want to participate, you can play kazoos to musically accompany anything that's going on stage. And you do see on about like right here, not quite on the stage, right in front of it. There's a couple members of the Strixhaven Show Band Association that is handing out kazoos. Actually, I lied to you. They're over here handing out kazoos because
Oh, yeah.
Rabina is right here and she is helping hand out kazoos. So I accidentally lied to y'all.
I
Do we
didn't see
keep
where
them?
you
Can we
pinged.
keep them?
Where did you ping?
Sure.
I
Where
didn't see
Peanut
either.
just moved to.
Oh,
I'll collect my kazoo and I'll get the other one for the other person and I'll pass it over to this person and then I'm gonna come over here and sit.
can we keep the kazoos or do we
Reggie's
need to
getting a call
return them
from
at
the
the end?
stage. You better check those for that black goop.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, it shows up everywhere we go. So
It does. I am
Only in the
going to
monsters,
definitely
though.
check it. Uh-huh. Oh, I'm still checking it. This thing could be a mimic. I'm checking it.
We've already had mimics.
My point exactly.
So, how many do we
So
have
cool.
that wants to actually do the acting? Is it
I'll do
just
it. I
Reggie?
don't mind.
Okay,
I'll
so
do it.
Reggie, I'm doing it.
I'm watching.
No one else. Wolf, Lisbeth. No.
What?
Well,
Said
Lisbeth
line up
got a
on the right side of
kazoo.
the stage.
Are you gonna act?
I've been acting my whole life. Which one more day?
So, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna kind of read this to y'all mostly word for word, just so y'all can understand how it's gonna work. But a character who wants to perform will choose a character prompt, and you will actually roll a d12 for that, and I will tell you what your character prompt is. But I'll tell you when to do it. And you will also choose whatever costume piece catches your eye. And then you will head to the east side of the stage. You don't have to move your tokens. We'll just pretend that you're walking around doing all this stuff. You don't have to actually move it. After you get there, you'll wait a short while. The other member of the drama guild, Quintilius, that y'all also met last time, is standing there. He is kind of directing things. He will signal a break in the action so that a new performer can take the stage. You can act out your improv character in the performance any way that you like. Uh, you can be very creative, and it's Strixhaven. The writers are saying it is highly encouraged. They are encouraging you to incorporate singing, rapping, or dancing if you would like,
Oh my
which is
god.
hysterical to me. But
Competitive dance.
no matter what, no matter what approach you decide to take, your character's performance in impressing the crowd requires a successful charisma check or performance check.
Got
Um,
no hope.
if you're successful, obviously that results in the crowd's cheering and whistling, while fail check results in boos and jeers. That's pretty straightforward. And furthermore, the character whose performance check is highest earns a valuable reward from an appreciative professor.
You
Nice.
said performance check or performance, or is it charisma check?
It's a performance check. It says charisma performance in um, parentheses. It's a performance check. It just says charisma, I think, because performance is based on charisma.
Its performance is charisma based.
Yeah, that's how they always write them, and it's super confusing.
Yeah, it's a performance check. I just didn't read it that way at first, so I misspoke.
Performance
Um,
check. So
if
okay.
you don't want to perform, because like even Lisbeth will do a performance check with a kazoo. If this would mostly apply to Ezio, I feel like, because you're sitting out. If you don't want to perform at all, you can handle props. And when Quintilius cues you,
I gave him a kazoo.
oh, is he actually going to do it?
I don't know, but I gave him one. Ezio.
I can hand out props, right?
Yes, you can.
Oh, then I have
I'll do
two
that.
kazoos. Ju- 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 ju-
What
You
you
don't
would
have to do
do
it at the
is
same time. Put them in your nostrils.
Quintilius over here would cue you, and when he does, it would be the time to come out and set a piece down or move a set across the stage, or maybe you'd have to improvise a sound effect. I won't make you do that if you don't want to do it though. But any of this
Perfect.
could include carrying wooden cutouts of painted waves during a nautical scene, rolling fake monsters near the actors when danger threatens, and impersonating the monster snarls, handing dueling actors improbable weapons. And basically, all you would have to do to determine whether or not you're successful on that is an insight check.
Okay.
When So you will be able to choose the prop that you like the most from the prop table. You will also roll for that, but it'll be a D8. They're scattered around the stage, and uh, when you roll, it will tell you what you did. So when you with the kazoo, Elizabeth, I'm just going to tell you what you're all doing, and then we'll actually do it. Um, you can highlight a performance. This is going to work similar to what we did in some of the others, where you can encourage or heckle an appointment. Wow, a performer. I was reading and I read an appointment, and I don't know why because that's not what that says. But you can encourage or heckle a performer, and so if you wanted to do that, it would require also a performance check. And if you're successful, it grants one character that is performing on stage and then either an advantage or a disadvantage on their check to perform. So if you wanted to heckle and yours was successful, then you will give that person a disadvantage. But if you wanted to support like Reggie or Peanut, you could give them advantage.
Hmm. I whispered you. Did you get the whisper?
I do see that. Why are
Okay.
we doing that though? What did I miss?
Um, because it.
Oh, I got you. I got you down.
Okay.
It took me a second.
There we go.
Okay, so Wolf, Reggie, and
Isn't
Peanut's
that-
all performing, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so without any extra stuff, each of you roll a d12, and I will tell you what your character prompt is. I was gonna die if one of y'all rolled the same number. Peanut, you got the perfect one. Okay, I'm gonna type
What
them
do we
out for
roll?
you so you can actually look at them.
Yeah.
Um,
DM's inspiration.
I'm
Reroll.
thinking about it.
You know we got that test at the end of the day, though. You better be
I don't
careful.
know.
actually
I want
don't
to
have
get
a
the
test
perfect one.
this time. I don't think. I'll double check it, but I don't think you have a test today.
Mentioned an
Um,
assignment though. What was the assignment?
But it's an assignment to get things from Sedgemore. It'll make sense later. That is Peanuts.
Oh my god.
body noble. Just think
That's what I
high
said.
elf. Think high elf.
Think Cynthia.
Lofty. Yes! I love Cynthia.
That is Wolf. And
And I'm no good at sexual innuendos. I don't think I could be bawdy.
I love Cynthia. You be Cynthia.
No, thank you, darling.
Oh, yes.
I can't stand her. I hate her.
I know you do.
I created her and I hate her. She's vile. Mhm.
and that's Reggie's.
Oh, dude, that's the best one. Are you kidding?
There's
Perfect.
some funny
Or
ones.
should
There's
I
some
say
funny ones.
perfect?
A businessman turned into a cat.
No, a business person.
Oh, I apologize.
God, this is gonna be interesting.
So, Ezio, roll a d8 for me, and I'll tell you what your prop is. Okay. This one's kind of long, so give me a second to type it out.
Swish and flick.
What is a hurdy-gurdy?
A
Hurdy-gurdy.
It's a musical instrument.
Obviously, but I don't know
It
if I've ever heard of it.
It's a very strange looking, like a stringed instrument, but with all little knobbles and bubbles, and it just sounds
It's
weird.
a stringed instrument, but it's a crank on the end of it, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah.
Google it.
What is that?
I probably have
Sounds
seen it
annoying.
before.
I
not
don't know. Like
necessarily.
I had never seen one. They're
A
not.
hurdy-gurdy does it's
Oh, it kind of looks like a violin, but it's smaller.
Yeah, but it's got
It's a
a
smaller
handle that
thing.
you crank at the end, like a
Yeah.
That
and it
thing.
makes like weird noises.
Google it and look at the
Is it?
Oh, good
picture on
God.
Wikipedia.
I think it's Scottish singer called Donovan in
It
the
is
60s.
Scottish. It is. I know. Yeah, I seen someone playing on
Hurdy Gurdy
TikTok.
Man.
There's some girl playing it.
Oh.
She's actually
So
pretty good.
like you have that, but you also What's that? Misclicked. Hold on, let me get back where I was. You also have a zither and a mandolin, but they're all out of the.
Mm.
That's supposed to say out of tune right there. Just ignore the typo. That's just the F.
A Zyther.
The zither. It's
Yeah,
another
what's a
stringed
zither?
instrument.
Tomato.
I think it's
Potato Pajado.
What's that
And
one
I
sound
have
like Star
seen
Wars?
those, but that's not what we called it.
that's what it's called.
We called it a soundboard when I was a
Okay.
kid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what they are, but that's apparently not its proper term.
No. German,
Yeah,
I think.
Just fine.
because whenever have we been proper?
No comment.
A zither was called a soundboard?
Shouldn't be.
I was saying we called it a soundboard because I was a kid and there was this lady at church who played one and we didn't know what it was, and so we called it a soundboard. I'm
Bavaria.
not saying that is accurate. I'm saying we were a kid and that's what we called it.
So everyone in the South calls them soundboards, is what I'm getting.
No, I don't know what
Zither
I
is
don't know.
a type of
I have
string
no idea.
instrument. Oh,
I just Googled it and I saw what it was, and I was like, oh, I've seen this before, but that's not what we call it. That's what my group of friends, which were all children and not at all a representation of the entire South, called it a soundboard.
what's that one sound like a Star Wars thing?
If I remember correctly, she was an older lady at that time, so I mean, she's obviously gone now, but she was an immigrant from like Germany, I think, or something like that. It would explain how she had this weird instrument that none of us had ever seen before.
What was it?
The zither or whatever.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's
soundboard.
probably literally the only reason I've seen it before was because that specific lady played it. And I've never seen one since.
Yeah, I've never seen one in real life.
Yeah, so her husband played the piano and it was an old school church. And he played the piano and she played that with the piano. It was pretty cool.
That'd be a neat sound.
It was. It was
That's
unique.
pretty
It was
cool.
small town Alabama.
Could
It
be
was very
interesting.
unique. So, anyways, you guys got your prompts now. So you make your way over to where Quintilius is. And people are already kind of going. You can see that they're already kind of acting. You don't really recognize anybody that's up there right now. Hold on, and I will get. Oh, sorry. I had a text message showing me. I accidentally lied to you. You do see that Rosie is currently up there, along with another student that is actually a third year student named Greta. Can y'all see them?
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure I put them on the right layer. And so they are currently up there acting. So I'm gonna.
Okay.
Do y'all like? Is there anybody that would jump ahead and like insert themselves without waiting for his cue? And by
That
him,
would be weird.
I mean Quintilius.
Yeah. No,
Probably the business person.
I would. I mean,
Peanut.
the business person transformed into cat might, but Reggie would not because he wants to get into this college. So, like, he wants to get into Silverquill, so he's gonna try to behave himself as much as possible.
Certainly the body noble would not stand back.
No, I'm definitely going to.
Okay. Yeah, you're good. So as you are sitting there waiting, Quintilius is just kind of telling you to hold on, just not really talking to you, but kind of got his hand held up, as in like, don't do anything yet. And you can, Greta and Rosie are currently reenacting what would be like a attendant, I guess. I'm trying to think of the proper term of like a woman in like knights a tournament. I don't know why that was so hard for me to come up with that word, but like a tournament of
One that might
champions. So
They
yeah,
have the schley that night.
they are currently talking, and you can hear that Greta's like saying, "Well, what about your night? Where did he come from?" And they're just going back and forth talking about their different nights. They're reenacting um, where they would have. They they're reenacting it because obviously not all the props are there, so they're acting like they are hanging armor back onto what like a mannequin. The mannequin is not actually there. They're just pretending as they're talking. And Rosie starts to talk a little bit of trash. And it was like, well, my knight's gonna win. Uh, what about what about yours? What do you think's gonna happen? And so you can see she's like pretending to be a little bit feisty, which is kind of weird for y'all because that's not Rosie's character at all. That's not
Mm-hmm.
her personality. But she's trying real hard to be kind of attitude-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And then Greta basically drops what she's holding and she's like, goodness, like, what's so great about your night? And then right at that moment, Quintilius is going to motion for Peanut to join in
God. Why do I have to go first? That's awful.
because your name was first on the list. That's all.
Yay, Peanut!
Mm. Is
Get
that her here? I don't know who I'm supposed to even be speaking to.
In either one of them, you're just inserting yourself into the improvisation that's happening. So
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
you're
Body
welcome.
noble. Nice.
Yes.
Exactly.
Pardon the pun, I'll just insert myself here. And I'll wink at Rosie.
So do you say body noble?
Huh?
Do you say that when you body noble? That's your cue. So like, are you saying that as you
Oh, I
join
have
in?
to say those words?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was what we were supposed to
I
act
thought,
like.
yeah,
Oh,
that's what I
sheesh.
thought.
Hold on, let me double check.
I thought
Make sure I didn't read it
that's
wrong.
what we were
I
supposed
just
to be
wrote
role
15
playing.
lines.
It's just a prompt. It says character prompt, so I think it's a prompt just to get you in there.
Well, then isn't that what he's supposed to be saying then to get us in?
Yeah, he says words, and then you guys go in.
Yeah, no, he doesn't say that. That's like what you would say. And I tried to set you up to where it would make sense.
Okay, so
For
we're
you to
supposed to
say it.
work our prompts into the dialogue.
Yes, into the dialogue.
Okay. Now I
You
got
don't
it.
have to say that right away if you don't want to, or at least that's the way I'm taking it. Now, other people running this may do it differently, but
We have to say the words and not just act as that.
Oh, you're gonna act, but yes, you still have to. You have to work this in. So this is like a goal. They've given you this list of words, and during the improvisation, you have to say them at some point. It's like your goal in doing this.
I'm really
I
If
see.
that
confused.
makes. Have you never done improvisation before?
I mean, no.
Okay. Have you watched Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So that's
But
like
like,
when that game when they give them words that they have to say, and they're in the middle of acting, and they work those words that they're saying into their sentences, like something's crazy, silly, like in Whose Line Is It Anyway? That's always something stupid, but they manage to work it into what they're talking about. That's kind of what you're doing.
right. I'm gonna need a minute to think of something then I didn't realize. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I should have explained that
Can
better. I guess
somebody
I
else
forget
go
about it though.
first?
I mean,
I,
it's what y'all want.
I was just trying to be like you. I don't know.
I just said it because when I looked at the list of names, your name was first. That's why it wasn't like I was like, let's pick on Bernie.
Mhm.
No, you picked on Peanut.
Yeah, you pick a peanut.
No.
First, you eat the peanuts hard.
Pack a peanut.
But the last thing that Greta said was, "What's so great about your night?" So I don't know if that helps you out any.
But their knight is a bawdy noble.
I don't. What's the word "body" even mean? I don't even know.
It means like lewd and inappropriate and
Yes.
like
Ribald.
that's why I was like
Ah,
inserting myself next to Rosie.
Someone who
Like I was
uses
trying to be
double entendres and
yeah,
tells dirty
innuendo
jokes.
and
I
stuff.
see that. That's
A real bell end.
not
What
a
an
word that
absolute
I've heard
bellend.
before.
Bellend. Never mind.
That
Well,
must come from
Quite,
your country, Bernie.
it's quite common over here. You absolute bellend. What are you even doing?
yeah.
Stop being a bellend.
Yeah. Here
Yeah.
we'd say dickhead.
Well, it means the end of a man's penis. Is basically
Yeah.
what a
Right.
bellend is. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stop
we
Dickhead.
being
say
a knob.
or dick or douche. I say douche a
Wow.
lot. I'm
Douche.
just saying.
Douche canoe.
I say that more than I do dickhead.
Make somebody else go first now.
Okay, has anybody else got ideas?
So one's showing off their knight to the other knight. Basically, was the last set of lines.
Mm-hmm.
My
Yeah,
knight's better
well,
than yours. I'm gonna kill you or something.
well, it's something similar. And then Greta said, "Well, what's so great about your night?" And Greta's the one on this side. This is
There.
Rosie right here.
Brilliant but exasperated knight. Knighthood is a title, but a state of heart. A true knight fight not because he hates what's in front of him, but because he loves what's behind him. Strength does not define you, knight. It's the courage you show in the face of adversity.
She's gonna turn and like be like a little. You just look like a little sign of shock on her face because she was like not prepared for that many words.
I don't think all of us were prepared for that many words.
And no, he did a great job, didn't he?
He did
And
do a
so
great job.
Knight's harness is fortitude, not the sword is the key. Knights do not fear the darkness, for they have the stars that light within them.
he really came up with it, didn't he? Um, so Greta turns and looks at you, and she doesn't say anything right away, but Rosie pops up and goes and looks at you and her and says, "See, he gets what I'm talking about. It's not just all about show. It's not about these fancy swords and this fancy, what are the other things called? Hold on.
The javelins, the mace, the
Yes,
shield.
thank you. Javelin. Lord, why I was having a brain fart. Anyways, yeah, it's not about all that stuff. That's just part of it. But what really makes a knight's what's on the inside. He gets it. And then Greta just like rolls her eyes and she's like, sorry, I was choking. Greta's like, oh, but what good is any of that if you can't win? When you win the tournament, you know what you get? Money and and fame. And so what's good about having a good heart if you can't win?
Who goes now?
Well, either he can or if one of the other wants to.
Oh, what? You want me to keep going?
Yeah.
You
I pull
you
out my
can.
sword and stick it in front of the one who was just talking about the sword. The sword of the knight is not in the metal, but in his valor and loyalty and spirit. Iron forges a sword. Might is the knight, is strength, a well governed. The knight prefers the heart to the sword, but carries both.
Okay. So now roll me a performance check.
Wow, you're gonna make me roll a 2 for all that.
Plus the
No.
thing I casted, Brittany.
Yes. What does that give him?
Plus, you get to roll a d4.
Roll a d4 and add that to it.
Mm-hmm.
13.
All right. So that is successful. So after you finish that, after you finish that last sentence, the crowd starts to like really clap and they're really into like they're cheering and they're really into your performance. Lisbeth, is there other than what you just did for him, is there any with your kazoo? Is there anybody you're encouraging or heckling?
Well, I was encouraging him. Yeah, sure am. Wolf, I want Wolf to do better. He's doing great.
I
Okay.
might, I might just creep off into the corner and play the kazoo as well.
You don't want to do it.
Do I get to roll something for my
You
kazoo?
don't. Yes, you do a performance check as well. But what I was saying was if you wanted to give it to some like because you did guidance for him, that will the kazoo will give
Oh,
advantage. So if you wanted to do it separately, you could.
yeah, I'll do that separately.
It's a
Because he
performance
already
check.
passed. He already passed, so I'll give it to somebody else. I guess I'm gonna give it to. I'll give it to Peanut. Are you coming out? Are you not doing it now?
I don't know. I feel awkward. I feel
What do
like
what do I gotta roll to play the medieval music in the background?
You'll do an insight check, but not quite yet.
All right.
That will go to our resident cheerleader.
Who, Reggie?
Yes.
mm,
Oh, awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
So you'll have advantage when you roll.
Okay.
What was the last thing that Wolf said? Because it's been so long and I forgot.
He said something really cool about knights using their heart and not their steel.
Right. So when he says that, um, Greta gets like visibly frustrated and she kind of like huffs and walks off the stage. So now it's just Rosie and Wolf. Unless Wolf is done. If you're done, you can walk off the stage. But if you would like to continue, you can.
I can go back, but maybe. But it was like after that saying, it was like the mic drop. He drops his sword and walks away. Wolf drops
Okay.
his sword and walks away. So, you know,
You
of
did the mic drop.
I might give up.
course, his sword for some reason jingles and follows him. It's being pulled along as if it was on a string.
So when that happened, it's just Rosie on the stage after he kind of like does his mic drop slash sword drop and walks off, and that's fine. You can walk off and leave her. It's not a big deal. Um, Rosie's gonna handle it like a pro. So when you do that and walk off, she just kind of does like a slow clap and then turns towards where the stage, like
Slow
towards
clap.
a little, not a lot of clapping, just like a couple claps, real slow, and then turns towards where the audience is, and she's talking out loud towards them, but really kind of to herself. She's just basically monologuing, and she is basically saying, "Well, I don't know who he was or where he came from, but I needed to hear that. That just made me feel a lot better about the way I felt because she was making me feel like I was doing this for all the wrong reasons. And now I feel like I'm justified." And that's the kind of stuff that she's saying out loud. And then as she uh, kind of turns back and is pretending like she's hanging more stuff up, she's making a comment that maybe she'll meet some more interesting characters along the way. Or I guess characters, I should say people, more interesting people. I just love how random y'all's prompts are compared to each other.
And we have to wait for Quintilius to like give us the signal.
Yeah,
or
so at
something?
this point, he's queued you. So if you would like to enter, you can, or you can wait until she says more. But he's already told you can enter.
Reggie can or who?
Reggie.
Okay.
And Peanut if she
So
wants to.
as Reggie like walks on the stage, he's gonna cast a little cantrip to like I think it's thaumaturgy is the one that does a minor wonders. No, wait, minor illusion maybe. Yeah, minor illusion allows you to create a sound. So he's gonna create a sound of like a cat meowing somewhere as he walks on stage. What was the last thing that was said?
Um, now I'm
She
trying to remember
might
what I
meet
did
some
say.
more
Oh,
interesting
that yes,
people.
you might meet some more interesting
As
people
if
along the way.
Wolf wasn't interesting enough.
And she's wondering if she's going to meet somebody else like Wolf.
Oh, I dare say I know some interesting people.
And when she hears your voice, she's going to turn around and say, "Oh, do you?"
Yes, and I'm just gonna have like the cat's just gonna keep meowing at random times, like throughout this whole thing.
Right.
Okay.
So
Your
I
shoes
would
are
imagine
meow. Pretty meow.
now
Exactly.
as she turns, like and says that to you and says, "Oh, do you now?" And she turns, she sees the cat, and I would imagine like right at that moment it probably meows. And she goes, "Oh, you have a cat. I love cats. I didn't know we were allowed to bring animals with us."
That, my dear, is not a cat.
It certainly looks like a cat.
Many things look like many things, but they are not those things.
Oh, that was deep. Transport, like I feel like I should have wrote that down.
So you favor a knight in this tournament, I hear. Pray tell.
Yes, I am helping a knight. I don't really know his name. We're kind of going by colors, and when Greta was out here, she was helping the yellow knight. I'm helping the blue knight.
Is he blue because he's sad?
That's interesting. I don't think so. He seemed okay. But I mean, he was wearing his armor, and so I couldn't really see his face. I don't think he was sad, but when he spoke to me, he seemed okay. I think it's just blue because that's the color that's on his shield.
Ah, of course. Blue for the color of the sky, blue for the color of the ocean. Is he a seaman knight? I wish the body noble was here.
No, right? I'm sorry. That really did set me up too, didn't it?
uh,
Yes, but Peanut is standing right there next to Rosie.
She's moved over here.
but perhaps your knight is not what he seems to be.
I disguised myself as Peanut and went back out.
Well,
Save Peanut
maybe,
being bad at
Disguise myself as-
maybe he's not. But what else would he be?
I don't know. I once knew a business person disguised as a cat. Or, no, that's not it. I blew it. A business
It's
person
okay.
who is transformed into a cat. Perhaps
That
he's a
wouldn't be that wouldn't be this cat, would it? And she points to the cat that you got beside you.
Perhaps. If he tries to sell you something, don't buy it.
Oh,
I
well,
thought you were the cat.
if that cat starts talking to me, I'm gonna be a little concerned. That shouldn't happen for sure.
So Reggie is not. Okay, never mind. I got it.
No,
Yeah,
we're
so
supposed
go
to
ahead
say
and
that line, right? Business person
yeah,
transformed into a cat.
yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
So for your performance check, he
Okey-doke.
just misspoke the first time he did it, but I was gonna leave it because it was close enough.
Do-do-do-do.
And you do have advantage.
Okay.
And Peanut has decided to play the kazoo, so she wants to try to give you.
Oh, I dressed up as Peanut to do Peanut's acting for her.
She, oh,
Really?
oh, you can.
Oi, Rosie, you look a little trashy in that outfit. Are you the main attraction for a stag party later?
Excuse me, sir. You are successful, Reggie. So they are cheering you on. They're definitely like your acting style. They like
Totally
Rosie as well.
did that
She's
way too well.
Those smutty little heels. Think you like a porn star or something out here on the stage.
Wow.
she she looks down at what she's wearing and she's like, heels. Oh, maybe I should change. And she starts like, obviously she's acting, but she starts like
You
panicking.
shouldn't change because you're just so indecent. Like you're in a locker room or something. It's so vulgar.
What's a locker room? I've never heard of one of those.
It's a room with lockers.
Ew.
Like
Which
a
you might not
vault?
have
No
got
locker
her.
room in the
Filthy,
school?
filthy woman.
Sounds like a vault.
It's all your
Kind
fault.
There, I did the bawdiness.
Dow had no problems with it, Peanut. So when he walks off stage, Rosie starts to kind of like act like she's brushing something off her shoulders, and she's like, "Goodness, like I have never been spoken to in that way." And she starts to kind of walk off the other side of the stage. And I'm assuming y'all kind of are wrapping that up. So as you
Yeah.
guys are kind of exiting the stage, a couple more students enter in and strike up a different. So they're starting a new conversation that has nothing to do with what you guys were talking about. And
Okay.
Rosie is they have
I'm gonna walk off the stage, but I'm gonna keep the cat there. And when the new
right.
students come on, I'm gonna have the cat ask them in a human voice, like, "Hey, you want to double? I have a great investment opportunity, guaranteed to double your money."
Hmm.
Right. So Ezio, go ahead and roll your insight check because they are gonna have you move the props in between right here. And why it's an insight, I don't know, but
You
that's
said
what.
insight?
Yeah, it's insight. I don't know why, but
Yeah, like I said, I figured it was gonna come up twice. I was lagging there for a minute, so it'd be 9 and 8.
okay. Okay. So you are not successful. When you start to bring the instruments out, and as you're walking, with the out of tune instruments that you have, you kind of trip over your own feet and fall a little bit, not completely all the way to the ground, but enough that you drop a couple of the instruments and they make a weird noise, which is kind of in the middle of like Rosie is walking off and Wolf and uh, Reggie have walked the other way, and so there's a little bit of pause. So it's actually kind of quiet, and so it's like I don't know if y'all. I am a drummer, and I have had my hi hat fall apart on me in the middle of playing. I don't know if y'all have ever seen anything like that happen. I would imagine it's gonna be like a really stark sound that comes, and so everybody just kind of goes and looks, and then you just kind of like gather your wits and fix it and throw it like you throw it where you're supposed to put it, and then kind of sort of make your way back off stage. Do you react in any way? Is there something that would be like his character? Because if it was me and I did this, I would like bow and be stupid about it in real life. So, like, is there something that he would do, you think, after he falls, or would he just kind of like hide his head and go
I
on?
just I just pick everything up like nothing happened, just shrug it off.
Okay. So yeah, once you get back up, everybody kind of you hear a couple people whispering out in the crowd, probably laughing just a little bit, not a whole lot of laughter. You're definitely not the first person to do something like this today. Uh, Other stagehands that have been doing that have also failed, so
Okay.
it's not a shock to them. Um, and so you just kind of set things where you have to go, and you make your way back off the stage, and then um, make your you make your way back. And as you're getting off the stage, the other students that are about to begin their improvisation are coming onto the stage. So you survived it. Um, give me 2 seconds. So, Wolf, are you gonna when you acted in Peanut's place? Are you wanting to try to win the crowd's favor in that, where you would have to roll another performance check, or are you just goofing off?
Woohoo! I did a lot of hard work out there. Oops. Yeah.
You sure did.
Not try another button.
That's
Oh,
a
sure.
perception.
I lost my 22.
Don't forget to do your D4.
Ah, D4. 16.
Nice. So yes, that was also successful, even though you looked and sounded like Peanut. Um, the crowd loved it. That's funny. So basically, when all of this was happening and y'all were walking off stage and Edsel was coming on stage and fell, all of that stuff was happening. The crowd was kind of cheering very loudly for just the whole entire group. Um, Greta did get a couple of boos when she was on stage. However, they loved Rosie and they loved you guys. So as y'all were walking off stage, they started to cheer pretty loud, and then it died back down just in time for Ezio to fall. So there we go. Was that him leaving?
Yeah, that was
Oh,
great.
okay. Make sure we didn't lose a player.
Nope.
So, the crowd is kind of died down a little bit. You guys are starting to make your way back towards each other, coming back, probably towards where the seats are. And imagine you might want to watch a little bit. Um, as that happens, one of the students that's on the stage currently makes a joke. The crowd starts to roar with laughter. It appears like the festival is probably reaching its height. As far as like this is probably going to be like the main, like you guys, and then who's behind you. This is like basically the climactic point of, and I did not say climax on purpose, Bernie. You're welcome. The climactic point of the festival,
So this
and
is the
everybody's
orgasm of the show, of the festival.
exactly. I knew
Okay.
somebody would have something to say if I said climax, even though that is a literary term, but it's fine.
It is.
I'm here
Yeah.
for it.
Perfectly cromulent term.
Right. But as the laughter starts and you guys are starting to get towards your seat, you suddenly start to hear like what is laughter starts to turn into like confusion. There's people who are laughing are starting to transform into like confused gasp and stuff instead, and then you start to hear screams. And there is a person that is just placed a stage prop down onto the stage, and one of the stage props barrels away from that handler. Monstrous shrieks are coming from it, and you start to see a beak form, and the beak is frothing. And what used to be a comically posed owlbear painted on wood is transforming right before your eyes into a real and enraged owlbear, and it's starting to rampage right towards you.
Amazing.
Owlbear. Who would have guessed
Quick,
it?
gang, what do we know about owlbears? We got past the test.
We aced it. Looks like my uncle.
Let me ask you this before we start the actual combat part of
I
it.
thought
Does anybody
Bob's
have
your
a
uncle.
bathroom or anything?
Huh?
Need to get a water?
Do you need a bathroom break?
I could definitely urinate if I tried hard
I
enough.
mean, I kind of need one. And I didn't know somebody
Alright.
needed to take or something. So if y'all want to
Yeah,
take
I
a few
could. I
minutes,
could.
you can.
I need to refill my water and probably
Alright.
make some
Yeah,
water.
I
But
just drank
Bernie,
most of my
you
water.
know, I
Alright.
thought Bob's your uncle.
never have to
No.
use it. Okay,
Nope.
so you rolled a 21, an 18, and a 19.
Mm-hmm.
All three of those hit.
Nice.
And when I did get up and go outside of my door, there was a golf cart going all across the yard. So
So
they probably
someone
were
was
over here messing with something.
playing golf. So 22, I think. Did the math right?
It don't even matter. You have killed it, sir.
Pew pew
How do you want to do it?
pew. I'm gonna set it aflame with the flames of hell. Well, it smells like roasted chicken.
Sorry, I held y'all up just for him to kill it. Like, that's my bad. So it catches on fire, and it kind of makes this like crying out noise. And as it's on fire, it actually starts to turn back into a prop. And when it turns back into the wooden prop that it was, the flames extinguish, and it just goes back to normal. As soon as the owlbear is dispensed of, the other, like the books that are flying around fighting Rosie and Greta and all the other props that have come to life immediately fall to the ground as like the magic has dissipated.
Are we out of
Reggie's like,
turnover?
Quintilius, did you see that? Oh.
I'm going
Yes.
to cast Healing Word on Quintilius.
Oh.
You can do that. However, you don't have to, because hold on.
Fine. I'll save my spell slot.
I'll grab
Give
his
me
shirt
2
with
seconds.
both hands and start shaking him. Stay away from the light, man. Stay away from the light.
So as you guys in the fight, you've already noticed that. Let me get back to the correct layer. This professor has already made her way up to him, and she is already um
Professing her love.
Taking the credit.
Pushing me away and telling me to stop shaking him.
To the left, go to the light.
what am I trying to say? She's already pouring a healing potion. So she's already been working on it, and he actually starts to cough, and she wakes him up,
She's killing him.
and she says, "Goodness, child, are you okay?" And he's, "That really hurt." And
Is
then
he okay?
she kind of laughs, and then she stands up and she looks at you guys and say, are any of you hurt?"
Wink. Gets in line. Ah.
Only my feelings.
So she looks at you, Wolf, and goes, "Oh, it did get you, didn't it?" And then she hands you a healing potion.
Look, it's more than a flesh wound.
It's
A
just a
healing potion.
scratch.
Just but a scratch.
So after she gives Wolf the healing potion, she goes, "I can't thank you guys enough for taking care of that. I was towards the back of the I was held up in conversation. I was towards the back of the seats, and I tried to get up here, but everything happened so fast I couldn't get up here quick enough. But you guys stepped in, and the school can't thank you enough, like for dispatching that threat."
Stepped in. I'm pretty sure it charged us.
I wanted to search his pockets before you got him up, but never mind.
Reggie
Next
says,
time.
that is the
I didn't get
least that Renegathos Ratsbane could do for the exalted college of Strixhaven.
She kind of
It went
smiles at
down
you,
a little
and
thick,
she's
don't you think?
Okay, I guess that's you. That would be your name.
Oh, that's
Okay.
me.
Yes,
Yes,
thank.
yes, yes. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
that's me. Reggie Ratsbane. Friends call me Reggie. Renegathos, given name. You know it.
Well, thank you. We just thank you so much. And
Silver Quill's the best. Love Silver Quill. Big fan.
I'm gonna land on the ground next to Reggie and just grin at her while he's talking.
but as she's talking to you guys, these other students have made their way up. So like Rosie, Greta, Rabina, so everybody's kind of we can get rid of this now. Are kind of circling around where she's at, and she starts to kind of clap a little bit, and she says, "Bravo! I hate that the show ended this way, but I just want to say congratulations to the Drama Guild for putting on a great event. They put a lot of work in to setting this all up, and despite the ending, I think it was pretty successful. And I was promised, or I did promise that whoever performed the highest uh, performance would get a prize. And so, what are you trying to do, Wolf?
Well, I found out Peanut wanted to loot the guy, so I'm reaching in his pocket to see if I get anything.
I didn't want to loot him. I wanted to search him to see if he's responsible for this bloody stuff happening.
That's what I'm doing. I'm looking for a bottle of black
I'm not
ooze.
looting him for like treasure. I'm just
Yeah, you don't find anything in his pocket or anything other than like little snippets of paper that have prompts on them.
there's a black goo on the body of the owlbear.
Yeah,
You'll have to search it.
the
But
body.
I was about to.
once you talked about the prize, I believe that Reggie rolled the highest performance check, right? Let me check. Let me go back.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly.
Twelve, 18. Yes, you did. So Reggie rolled the highest. And so she's actually going to pull out a cloak and she holds it up to you and she says, "This is a cloak. It's brand new. I just had it commissioned. Um, in appreciation for your performance as well as your helping with the owlbear incident. I give this to you," and she hands you a cloak of protection.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
awesome. Uh, I thank her profusely. Wow, it's true what they say about Silverquill. Your generosity knows no bound. That you truly are the best school at Strixhaven.
She's like, thank you," and she kind of goes back to talking with Quintilius and some of the other students. So if you would like, I know I moved out, by the way, we can move it back if I need to. But if you would like to examine the wooden owlbear, you can do so now.
The wooden owlbear?
Yeah, it went back to its prop form.
Oh. Okay. I'm gonna. What do you want, perception or investigation?
Hold on, let me double check this right here. Investigation will be fine.
I've had guidance on that as well.
Is anybody else rolling or just her?
I'm gonna go over to where the owl bear started and investigate over there. or not?
I'll do investigation also.
Yeah, Reggie will stop staring at his cloak long enough to take a peek.
Nah, he's still distracted by his clue.
Fair.
So Peanut and Itzy are both successful. So as you were looking at, I don't know, I got grape in my mouth. As you were looking at the wooden prop that is now the owlbear again, you do see the same oily substance that you saw on the trunk during orientation, and you saw on the frogs in the Fire Jolt Cafe, and you also found on the cauldrons in the Bosun Tavern. As you are both looking at this, the professor walks up to where you're standing. And she looks at it. She looks at it and just kind of goes, well, "I don't know, mate. That doesn't seem too important. But the magic's already faded from it." That's what she says to you.
It's weird, isn't it?
Are you going to say anything back to her?
Only that the same substance has been found on all of the other monsters that we've encountered so far in the school.
You've seen this before?
Did you hear about the mimic and the giant frogs and the
Well,
whatever they
of
were?
course I've heard about those things happening, but I haven't heard anything about this substance. Not until now.
I'll show it to her and say this is the same substance we found on all of the things we've killed so far.
So when you say that, she kind of like, you kind of see that she kind of realizes something. Um, and she goes, "Okay, I see. I wasn't. I apologize. I wasn't aware that this was happening, but I think I might know what's going on."
Oh yeah?
So she begins to talk to you about Eldritch Bomb, which, if I remember correctly, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did talk about
Yes,
that. Mm-hmm.
yes. So she explains to you what that is, but you probably already know from a previous session. But she then says, "I believe it's likely that the waters in Sedgemoor are being used to brew the latest batch of Eldritch Bomb, and maybe it's been corrupted in some way."
Right.
That I don't necessarily think that there's foul play, but in the past there have been students that have been caught practicing forbidden magic in the more remote parts of Sedgemoor. It's you probably have never been there. It's like a bayou, a swamp that encompasses Witherbloom's college campus. And I'm not saying for certain that that is going on. I just know that it has gone on in the past, and that kind of magic could be responsible for the corruption that we're seeing in this bomb. But at the same time, a random surge of wild magic could also be a reasonable explanation, so I'm not sure.
Hmm. I want to look at his reaction when we're talking about this, just kind of like watch him at the corner of my eye.
As you guys are talking, he's not really paying attention. He was badly hurt, so he is like trying to fix his clothes. He hasn't gotten up off the ground yet. He's kind of fixed the clothes where the tear in his clothes from the claw was, and you don't really see. He's not really listening, so you don't really see a reaction. But he does notice that you're staring at him, and he looks up at you, and then he kind of like makes a weird face, and then goes back to what he was doing.
Makes a weird face.
Yeah, as in like a "why is she staring at me" face. But he goes back to what he's doing. He don't say anything to you.
Hmm.
But the professor uh says I'm not sure what the cause of the corruption is. It could be a wild magic surge. It could be sinister magic. I really don't know, and I don't want to say for certain because I'm not sure. This is the first I'm hearing of it, but it would explain why objects that have been treated with the bomb and are turning into creatures and they're taking on temporary and dangerous magical properties. And then she reaches into her bag that she is like has drooped across her shoulders, and she gets some flasks. Um, she hands you three. I don't know who wants to take them, but she tells you that they are flasks of holy water, and she's
Hmm.
giving them to you. But if you will pour these flasks of holy water into the underwater spring where the waters are being used to create the bomb, it will settle the waters and prevent further corruption. And then I'm not going to go into great detail with this, but she does give you very detailed locations of where the spring would be on the Sedgemoor map and tells you exactly how to find it. And I hate to ask you guys to do this. I know that you're just students, but it seems like you know more about what's going on here than some others. And I really need you to do this for me so that I can immediately track down the rest of the contaminated bomb and hopefully remove it from the objects on campus before it takes effect. And so she's asking you guys to go track down the spring, and then she is going to go search through campus and see if she can find any more.
Hmm.
And basically, she's trying to be proactive and stop any further attacks.
I mean,
Sounds like a
we
plan,
would be
dude.
honored to help bring glory to Silver Quill by solving this problem for the entirety of Strixhaven.
Reggie's such a kiss ass, and I love it.
Yeah.
He really wants to get into
Yeah.
Silver Quill.
She
Where
is
I'm from, we call that
the
sycophant.
she is a human, and she is the Silver Quill Professor of Shadow. So if he was going to kiss anybody's butt, she'd be one of them.
What is the name of this professor? Sorry.
Kissing her.
She is Professor Totsky, but her full name is hold on.
Just another tot in the school.
I just said Trotsky. Gonna tell her to stay out of Mexico.
I don't know how you
Johan.
Johan. I don't know how you would actually say that name,
Johan
but she's Professor
Totsky.
Totsky.
I'm gonna put a name in there.
To be fair, and this is just Brittany talking, not in DM form.
Yeah.
This is the
Really?
first professor that you have run into that is trying that actually seems to give a shit.
Yep. Absolutely. Hmm. Right then, we know what we're doing next, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you have a decision to make here because you have no test here. This is technically the end of this session. If you guys would like to make tonight a shorter session and pick up the next one, next time we can. And the reason I'm offering it to you is this. the next session will be the end of the first year. So at the end of the next session is when you will get to choose your schools. So I don't know if y'all would rather cut tonight a little bit short and then go the full length next time. That way, because if we do it tonight, I'm a little bit worried that when we do, we can finish it, but then you won't have time to do your schools. And so I don't know if y'all would rather wait or what y'all would want to do, but it's 100% up to y'all.
I'm happy to. I mean, either, but
Yeah.
I'm happy to end there if people want to do that.
Yeah, no, we can end short. That's fine.
Well, it's just, I don't know if everybody's decided on what schools they want to do.
I'm just
It's a
wondering
little
which
bit
one
of,
Reggie wants to go to.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
Reggie needs more time.
he's clearly on the
Yeah,
fence,
he's clearly
and
just undecided.
I think we need to take him to the bar and get him hammered and have him throw a dart.
Mhm.
yeah,
and so
barbecue
I want y'all to have as much. There will be a little bit of role play at the end of that with some of the professors as well. So I just want y'all to have as much time. Y'all kind of waited to be able to choose your school, and I don't want to jip y'all on that.
Mhm.
Hopefully, nobody dies.
We won't
Well,
die.
that owl bear was trying.
Right, that thing was hitting hard.
Oh,
Well, I was
owlbears
was
are
getting
like,
ready
a
to kill
bitch.
too.
I'm honestly surprised we survived. Owlbears are mean.
I will say that I think that this is just once again me talking. It says that if all of the like it says in here, if all uh, players are unconscious, Professor Totsky steps in and ends the owlbear attack and saves you. So like they anticipate you failing, but
Mhm.
in order to do that, I would like have to single out Quintilius. Kind of saved y'all a little bit because he was there and
Yeah,
y'all moved away and he was still standing there. And so it
yeah,
didn't make sense to not attack Quintilius and him go after y'all when he was still standing there.
Mm.
And to be fair, I kind of forgot he was there and I should have rolled initiative for him because he probably could have attacked, but it was too late at that point. We were already in round 2 and I was like, nope, he's just going down.
Mhm.
I did my piece to it and left.
We didn't need him anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm
Neat
looking at his
puppet.
character sheet and he does have magic. He is a first year Prismari student and he has magic melee and magic ranged attacks. So I could have used him. I just forgot about it and then was like, well, I don't want to be like, slow your roll. Let me roll for him twice, you know? So I just left it
Mhm.
like it was.
yeah. We did all right. Oh, what was it? 2 rounds?
Uh,
Yeah, I got to.
yeah,
Yeah.
it had about 50 health, but Reggie's whatever you were firing at him did a lot of damage.
Scorching ray. Yeah, I can do that like twice. So if he would have survived, then I would have been in trouble.
You wouldn't. We'd be okay.
So, but yeah, if
Yeah,
y'all want to do
you
that,
all
we'll
would be okay.
2 weeks
We'll
from
help
today
each other.
we will pick it up and you head into Sedgemoor. Oh, she's giving you specific instructions, so y'all would leave the next day. It's night at this point, so like the next morning you would head into Sedgemoor and that's where we'd pick up. But
Mhm.
it will be the last session of the first year. You'll play that out. Um, then get to choose your colleges, role play a little bit, but that would be the end of the first year.
Mhm.
But if y'all are all good with it, then we'll just leave it at that. I'm probably still gonna hang out for a little bit if y'all want to, and we'll just have a
Mhm.
shorter session.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Works for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was fun. That was a good fight.
But I hope you have fun with it.
Oh
I thought
yeah.
it was an owlbear today when I was looking at it. I was like, shit, they're all gonna die.
No.
I don't think I've taken any hits yet from anything we fight. But
You kind of stay back though, to be fair.
well, I can do close and range attacks.
So I discovered the other day that there's a Star Wars RPG that like I didn't know existed, and I need somebody to run a game so I can play it.
It's fine.
What was that?
Star Wars.
No.
Yeah. I
Never seen Star Wars.
I think I have the first edition of the rule book for that, but I think that was I mean that was it's so old. I'm sure they've revised the rules many times by now.
I want
I don't even
somebody
know
to
what edition
do the
it's
car.
on.
I want to do the carnival one, but make it where there's no C words in it.
No C words.
I'm not allowed to say it because there's a certain person the party's afraid of.
Yes, there is. Speaking of
I'm
that,
not the
not
only one. Just
remotely
so we're
related.
aware.
Not
Bernie, I
anyone,
need
but
your
I'm not.
help.
I'm not scared of people saying the word though. Just of like seeing them. What did you say about me then, Brittany?
I said I need your help.
Where's what?
Message you. Message.
What do you need my help
It's
But
a
I need it.
secret.
with? It's a secret.
I mean, I don't know it's really a secret. Dal just needs something. Is it a secret, Dal?
Oh, need
Mhm.
something?
You're familiar?
Oh, yeah, but you could just make it just like the icon, anything.
Yeah, well,
It'll
that's
be
why I'm
what it
asking
is,
for
but
her help because she probably has something that's like goofy-ish and it won't be
oh,
triggering
okay.
Well,
for people.
for Crocosmia, when Diana gave me a spider for her, I changed it. Have you heard of Lucas the spider?
Uh-huh.
I haven't.
I
Yeah,
changed it to Lucas, which is like just like a really cute, like
yeah.
CGI character. But I mean, it could be. I don't know.
Lucas is a real spider though, right? Or am I thinking
No,
of somebody else?
he's CGI. Lucas says very cute.
Who am I thinking of? There's like a jumping spider that's like all pretty colors and has huge eyes and he's
Well, you could do
adorable.
this one. That one's cute. Just something silly.
I just know that it's a spider familiar. We got people that don't like spiders, and that's fine. But I
Just
didn't
give him
want
a
it to
smiley
be
face or something.
right.
But like some of them don't actually look like spiders.
We'll just make a little yellow
I think
smiley
we should
face.
stop saying the word though. But that
Yeah,
one,
that's
that
what
one I just sent you is probably.
I must
yeah,
send them to him.
that's a little
Oh, did you send
rugged.
it to him?
Yeah,
Did
we'll
you
just
send
use a
it to him
smiley
too?
face. We know what it
You
is.
can remove
That
the
works.
background on it.
That works.
Most
We
of
can
the
do a
time they
smiley
won't see
face.
it anyway. Small body, extremely long legs, and it'll tuck up inside my invisible hand.
Wow.
Make it look like an ant.
But you can take the background off it. It's pretty cute then. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll stay fair to everyone. I'd rather.
Oh, that one didn't. That one didn't work. Sorry, Brittany.
Yeah, it did. No background on it.
Strange.
I think that's cute.
Mhm. Yeah.
Where did Dance go?
I'm here.
Oh, she's just ignoring us. That's what we're talking about.
Well, you were saying the S word one too many times, so I had to take the headphones off.
Hey, I only said it once. To
Smiley
be
face.
fair.
Doesn't matter.
I
Smiley face,
didn't
yeah.
say it that many times.
Um,
Listen, I'm trying to protect you.
It's all good. Doesn't help that one was crawling on me at work today.
Oh, heck to the nah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They
I
love
bet you
my
had
pool.
a panic attack.
Sure did.
There's an I already had a report.
All right.
mhm.
I would love to know what I did to my knee. It hurts, and I don't like it.
I think it's that thing that is called being old,
Yes, thank you. That is exactly what it is.
right? Yeah. My knee hurts too. If that helps.
It does help.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was like fine when I sat down, and then when we took a break and I got up, I
Mhm.
was like, "Ow, fuck! Why does my knee hurt so much?"
Because you sat down for too long and kept still for a little bit too long.
Probably.
Yeah.